Hey, it's Widdis back with another one, man. The reference pedal is arriving at my engineer's place in Hong Kong next week, Thursday. It's Thursday today, so I'm just kind of sitting around, and I hate when that happens because I feel like, coincidentally, I feel like when I'm just sitting around doing nothing, there's no motion with everything that has to do with me, and I just have to realize, and a part of me understands this. It's just that the whole me needs to understand that the ball is in my engineer's court. You know, can't do everything on your own. Patience is a virtue, and I try to teach that to myself every day. I know these things, just that parts of me can't really, or like rather they're struggling to recognize that patience is a virtue. You're not just sitting around. I know it may seem that way, but you're waiting for your sample to arrive to you at your engineer's place so that they can start working on or developing your pedal. I just can't shake the feeling though that I'm just, waking up, I'm scrolling on the net, because that's where everything that pertains to full physical is. There's nothing in, funny enough, there's nothing in the physical right now that I can, look at or dabble with. Like everything pertaining to full physical right now is on my phone. So 24/7, I'm on my phone, and then, when it's time to go to bed, I go to bed. And then I wake up, and then it's a cycle. Wake up on my phone, it gets dark outside. I eat, I go to bed. That's how my life has been for a little while now. And now it just kind of sucks because I'm at that point where, I'm 23 now. It doesn't feel cute. It doesn't look cute. It isn't cute, man. It isn't cute now. You know what I mean? It sucks now. I could get away with it in the past. Now I can't. Now I just look like a bum, especially when you consider that I don't disclose my business affairs to my mom. I was gonna say my family. My family doesn't really care. By the way, my family is my mom, my brother, and my sister. Both my brother and my sister are like 10 plus years older than I am, so already there's that kind of strain between us, and then you add in the fact that our relationships aren't really great. In addition to that, so they don't really care. I kind of like that they don't care. They just stay out of my head. In fact, it's come to a point where it's like silence whenever we see each other. No greetings, nothing. Just tension. And I'm leveraging off of that because I don't want to talk to these people. They've got nothing to offer me. They're just very unreasonable people, unhappy people. So I don't disclose any of my affairs to my family, or to my mother rather. So it just kind of feels like, it kind of seems like I'm just sat in my room doing nothing with my life. And I don't disclose my stuff because whenever I try to do that, I just end up in trouble. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't know what I mean. Some families aren't very free, dude. Like, can't just share stuff with your family. I know there are people out there who share everything with their families, who share everything with their sisters. Their sisters are like a second half of themselves. Their brothers are like, their second versions. You get what I'm trying to say? Like the second version of themselves. Some families are just very strained when it comes to relationships and like that, and mine's one of them. I'm not really pressed about that anyway. Can't share nothing here. because it blows up in your face. I spoke about this briefly, but this is me assuming that you don't listen to my videos, or you haven't seen all of my videos or whatever. I've spoken about this. I've spoken about how it blows up in my face or how it's used against me whenever I try to open up about anything. It's always used against me. Always. So I just chose to, keep it to myself. Even if it means, coming across as a bum who isn't doing anything. I'm doing a lot, dude. I'm doing what a lot of people get to do, and it's my own thing. People would rather just try to follow a set path. I can't do that, bro. Can't in every sense of the word. Like, I can't pull it off. It's not. I'm unable to follow instructions a lot of the time because I'm stupid. But I'm using that to my advantage. I'm setting my own rules. It just so happens that setting your own rules is the way to go in this life. I cooked with that one, I know. I think about full physical every day. Did I disclose that I was playing guitar earlier and then I looped it and then I drenched it in some reverb? That's why I'm getting these really ambient sounds. So yeah, I heard these ambient sounds for a while, and then I thought to make this video. I thought it would make for a nice little sonic backdrop. I forgot what I was gonna say. Dude, I'm so stressed. It's a good level of stress though. Well, the level itself isn't great. The level itself, like the amount of stress that's upon me, isn't great. But the kind of stress is great. It's eustress. So that's my favorite word. It's eustress. It's a good kind of stress. The kind of stress that makes you get up and want to do things, rather than the one that puts you in a hole and that kind of puts you in a fetal position and hopeless. That's why I pace around so much, and that's why I feel the way that I feel. I just feel very inactive because I'm physically not doing anything. But it's in other people's hands now. At least for now. For this week. Next week I'll have to cough up the funds. The payment for the development of the pedal. You live and you learn, dude. You'll remember from my previous video that I was talking to the Egyptian guy, and then I just cut him off because he's unreliable. That's what comes with this shit, bro. Just very expensive mistakes. I paid him for the firmware. I got the firmware, but really I wanted to pay him for the full production. We ended up not doing the full production because he missed 4 deadlines, and then I pulled the plug on him like halfway because I'd be a fool. I went through this in the previous video. This is just me reiterating myself. I pulled the plug on him, so I had to start from scratch. I think I had to change my engineers essentially halfway through. I'm not sure if my I say new. He was the first guy I spoke to, but I'm not sure if Mr. Kwan, the other engineer, can utilize the firmware that I have, because he asked me a question that I was about to say that I didn't consider, but then I don't know anything about software engineering, so I couldn't have considered it. He asked me if the Egyptian guy verified the firmware, and I said to him, well, he assured me that it's complete. It just needed it just needed me to send him the reference pedal so that he can convert it, yada yada yada, so he assured me that it was complete. It just needed the reference pedal. So there's a possibility that once Mr. Kwan, the guy in Hong Kong, gets the sample, he might have to rebuild the firmware from scratch. I'm not pressed though. If he has to do that, he has to do that. I have the funds to cover that. Plus, I imagine it'll be easier for him to rebuild the firmware, because he'll be working with methods that he understands, rather than trying to pick up where someone else left off. I don't even know what to say to the people who've bought my pedal, because they've been waiting for since November. It's January now, so about 3 months. Mr. Kwan told me that, and again I touched on this in the previous video, that March might be the month when he starts working on it, because there's a holiday in February for them in China / Hong Kong. So yeah, I have no idea what to tell my customers, dude. I hope they understand. I really want to bless them, dude. A part of me wants to send them free stuff forever. And I've spoken about this too. I want to send them free stuff. Not because of their patience, but because of their early investment in Faux Physical. For the fact that they invested in Faux Physical when they had a million reasons not to. 1,000,001 reasons. They're gonna get free pedals from now on. First 10 people to buy my pedal. So since I'm transferring my build essentially to another guy, I no longer have the funds to cover enclosures and fabrication. Previously I did, but because of this I no longer have them. And right now I'm on a limb and a prayer that I somehow get the funds. The packaging as well. So yeah, it's a patience game right now. 7 more days until the next play in the game. Check this out.
which one is that